All right, I was asked to introduce our next speaker. It's the dad of the bride. He's an amazing husband, a two-time national champion when it comes to raising daughters, and one heck of a model American. Please welcome Kevin. It's time to let her go! Crowther.
All right, congratulations. Raise your glasses. Toast to them. That's it. Yeah. That's what Sarah wanted me to do, but that's not going to happen tonight, unfortunately. And before I get to you guys, I got a few things I got to get to. A few housekeeping things. First and foremost, welcome to everybody here to come spend this time with us and come from the distances some of you did is so special to us. I'm kind of blown away. I mean, I realize I have a great daughter. I wasn't too sure about Trevor, but obviously he's a good kid too because there's so many people here. So thank you guys. For my beautiful wife, Chris, and myself, Steve and Cherie, we just wanted to thank you guys all for coming out here tonight. We appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time, and it's going to get better, so we'll keep going. Yes, to them. And also everybody that helped setting things up and getting us here where we got tonight. This has been, let me tell you something, this is 3 times as much work as it is putting on a Supercross race on a Saturday night. So we will never, Brittany, we are not doing this again. So I'll see you in Vegas. Just a quick note, Mark introduced himself earlier, obviously, and great job, Mark. Thank you for coming out. Great job. And like Mark said, give it up. Mark and I have been friends since about the 5th or 6th grade, and go back a long ways. And it was just an honor to have Mark out here tonight to do this. It meant a lot to me, Sarah. Thank you, Trevor. Mark, I had to pay them to let you do it, but. The only issue I have is Mark did make a mistake, and he talked about it. And the reality is, I'm an only child. I have 2 daughters. I'm the end of the Crowther name. So Trevor and I had an agreement that he would take our last name and be a Crowther. And I knew that this was going to happen. So I took it upon myself to go to the clerk's office this week and get the marriage certificate changed. So basically, the marriage of Sarah and Trevor, it says, by entering into this contract, Trevor Netz, the groom, agrees to change his family name to Crowther. Both parties hereby agree that from this day forward, they will be known as and referred to as the Crowthers. And that is certified by the FOB, and that would be me. It is signed, it's a real document, so. Okay. Also, I know, obviously, this is about them. This is my toast to Trevor and Sarah, but as you can see by those little shot glasses, we're gonna drink a few more times than just once throughout this, so hope everybody's got enough in front of them for it. And just the last thing before I get to Trevor, I am allergic to alcohol, so if you see my eyes tearing up, or if I have to stop and gather myself like what happened earlier down there, it's because we did shots before I walked out there. So if you see that, it's got nothing to do with any of this stuff. I'm allergic to alcohol. So keep that in mind. Okay, Trevor. Obviously, this is a great day for Trevor, and you have all these friends here, and obviously by the size of the wedding party, you're well loved, and I think we only had to bail out 2 people to be here tonight, right? You right? The food was good, a lot better than what you've had, huh? Yeah. So, we'll get you back by Monday. Obviously, Trevor, you are a testament to your parents and what a great job, and your brothers, Steve and Cherie, what a great job they did raising you guys. So my first toast tonight is to Steve and Cherie because they raised a son that is good enough for my daughter. That's one. So thank you very much. Now I got to give it to Trevor also, because Trevor actually even asked for my approval in this, which is a pretty classy move, especially nowadays. And it really surprised me that he did it. But the only problem I had with it is I got a text message. Did I not get a text message? What did I get before the phone call? But that did mean a lot to me, and especially in today's day and age. And Trevor is a classy guy. One thing about Trevor, though, is I'm kind of on to you now. I've got it figured out. We always talk about Sarah is in control and has a plan, but I didn't realize that Trevor actually had a plan all along. He met her a long time ago, and I think Trevor realized right away, especially after he met me, that he wanted to be a part of this family. So Trevor had a plan, and he put it into play way back in middle school. You're a great guy, right? You're honest, trustworthy. Trevor was into trucks. Trevor bought a Jeep Wrangler. Trevor bought a motorcycle. He was riding motorcycles and dirt bikes and quads. Trevor joined the military, went off to the Air Force. And to some of you, that might sound a little familiar. It sounded really familiar to me. So, I'm sorry, I kind of lost my son. I'm so excited about Trevor. And I need another shot on that one. Yeah. But for Trevor, you did join the service, so you went all in on this one. So here's to Trevor, his service to the United States. We have a lot of other ex-military and current military folks in here tonight. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Now, the only problem I have with that is I get a text message and I tell them, yeah, I got time for a phone call. Let me get a bottle of Jack Daniels and I'll go sit in my Jeep. Call me back. So we have the conversation. I give him my blessing because, what's not to love about the guy? But shortly after that, he knows he can't sell the Jeep because that would be too obvious. So he burns it down in his driveway. He did sell the motorcycle, though, but obviously he's still in the military. You didn't think that one through, did you? No, so you're still chucking along there. But the reality is, none of that's important to me. And I give you credit for going to that extent of trying to become me to get her, but that's not what it was all about. For me, I think what was important is the way that Sarah looked at you, the way she talked about you, the way that you treated her, even when you thought I wasn't around. There's a lot of times I was around when you didn't think I was. And that was the important stuff that was really made me know that. And I know in the bottom of my heart that you are going to treat her right. And not because I got a bunch of guns at home, but because of that beautiful mama bear right there. So you don't want to go there, buddy. Oh, and I'm not done yet. Once they got engaged, I've had a lot of people ask me what I thought about Trevor, especially folks that don't know Trevor. You know, people I work with and stuff come up to me. Well, what do you think about him? And I always preface my answer with, I would never tell him this, but. So tonight I'm going to tell you, buddy. It's what I think of Trevor is if Sarah was to come to me and say, Dad, there's just too many guys out there. I need you to pick the perfect guy for me. Trevor, it would have been you, buddy. That's what I think about you. And you ask anyone out here, that's a true story. So, Trevor, last thing I got to thank you, bud. I love you, and welcome to Crowther Clan, bud.
We're in it too.
Sarah told me I had to cut out of this, so I had to cut some of you guys out of this thing. You guys are just irrelevant to this whole night. Sarah, my sweet dear Sarah. This is the part where I'm supposed to get all sappy and tell you stories about when we were growing up and how I let her paint my toenails and we played with Barbies, but none of that happened. So we're not going there. I was told by Marina that I need to talk about her, so Marina, said your name. Actually, the reality is if there was one other person that I would trust and want to marry my daughter, it would be Marina. And that is a true statement also. But only so I could drink tequila with Kyle for the rest of my life. How am I doing? Sarah's just like her mother. And actually, to tell the truth, there are 3 generations of controlling, planning women here tonight. So thank you guys for being here. Fortunately for me, when I was courting my beautiful bride, she hid it very well, so I never saw it. But Sarah, you haven't hidden anything from Trevor. So that, folks, is true love right there. And that's why I know this is going to last, because Sarah has been wide open the whole time. Now, I'm not saying that's bad or anything, but Sarah has a plan for everything. She's in control of everything. I know we all know this. We've talked about it already. When Sarah was growing up, when it was time for Sarah to get out of diapers, Sarah had a plan. Sarah made the date, and that's the plan we went by. And when we got to that date, on came the pull-ups, because she had a plan at an early age. And as far as her marriage and this wedding and Trevor, Sarah had a plan. And I think at one point you told Trevor, don't ask me to marry you. She said, don't ruin this, because I got a plan, and that's not the plan yet. So don't ask me. I'll let you know when that's the plan, but it's not yet. And thank goodness it finally happened. So. Now, as far as Sarah's controlling and her plans and everything that she does, that's not always a bad thing. Obviously, this wedding has been a beautiful event, and most of that, probably 99% of that, is because She is such a planner and a control freak, so with an assist from her mom on it. I love you, Ben. I think the only plan that Sarah has ever really screwed up in her life has been our Verizon data plan. Started out at 2 gigabytes for our data plan, then we needed 6. Now we're at 12. 3 days before the end of this month, I got the email. You're out of data. 12 gigabytes, and I think 10 of it was her. So Trevor, that nice truck you got parked up there, you might need to sell that so she can update her Netflix and Facebook and whatever they do. They're out there tweeting stuff. So be prepared for that, because starting Monday, she is on your phone plan, buddy. Obviously, I have 2 beautiful daughters, and everybody thinks having daughters is such a great thing, especially they're so much better than boys and all that stuff. But let me tell you something, having daughters as a father, it's not always easy. There's a lot of pressure on a father to do the right thing for his kids. I mean, you bring him home from the hospital and you don't want to drop her on her head. And I think twice for you. We were really careful with Brittany because she was first, but unfortunately, by the time we got to Sarah, things weren't so planned out. There are the times that you have to get them ready to school, and you're trying to put pretty ponytails on a third grader that's screaming at you, and just because you're the dad, and they're your little girl, and you want them to look up to you and be proud of you. The whole tooth fairy thing drove me crazy. Where I didn't realize my military training was going to come in handy when I had daughters, where you belly crawl into the bedroom in the middle of the night. You sneak up there and you're trying to replace a tooth with the money like you're in an Indiana Jones movie. All the while, just not wanting her to wake up and just ruin her for life that her dad is a tooth fairy. There's a lot of pressure. What's that? What? What is happening? Keep moving. Wow. I am really sorry about that, parents. But let me tell you about Santa Claus. Wait a minute. When I wrote the speech, Sarah told me there were no kids invited. So. We're almost done, Sarah. We're almost done. Oh, where was I? All right, so basically having daughters, and especially Sarah, the pressure it was just the pressure of making her proud of me as a father, and she was my little girl, so. Okay, let's get serious again. And Sarah, throughout all the years, you have given me so much to cherish. And so I did that shot. And so much to be proud of. And so much to be proud of. But tonight, I think you've given me something that goes beyond everything. You've given me a son. And I'm not done yet. The last thing, well, one of the last things is The only problem I have now, and it's okay because I'm a problem solver, is Trevor, they're going to go on their honeymoon. Trevor's going to come over to the house and he's going to load up all of Sarah's prized possessions, her signed Ryan Dungey jersey, all your hotel keys that I brought home from every trip I went on, the chinchillas. Actually, I do not have a problem with that one. They're all yours, buddy. And then he's going to move her 1,302 miles away from Pickerington, Ohio. That's the only problem I got. So what I did, since I am a problem solver, is thanks to the help of my friend Lieutenant Commander Tommy Jacobson, sitting right there, we were able to pull some strings. And what I have in this packet right here for Trevor Crowther this is a new set of orders for Trevor. These are orders to U.S. Air Force Recruiting Station 369, located at 3492 Broad Street in Columbus, Ohio. Welcome home, buddy. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you pulling the strings on that one. I'm going, honey. I'm done. I'm wrapping it up right now. So in closing, the reality is, Sarah, I couldn't be more proud of the woman that you've become in everything that you've done, and we're here tonight. If I could only change one thing, I can't look at you when I'm doing this. If I could only change one thing, I would just turn the clock back so we could just do this whole fun ride we've had over one more time, honey. And Trevor, you have been fully vetted by the Crowther clan. In Ebright, vetted means fully researched and background checked. So, in case you got that. And just, oh, have you? Okay, thank you. And I am so proud of you and the man you've become, and I am honored to call you son. So thank you. Since I ruined the tooth fairy and I had to drink that other shot, I don't have one left. So raise your glasses, please. To my two favorite people in this tent right now. Honey, I love you, but right now, they're my favorites. To Trevor and my beautiful daughter, Sarah. Congratulations.
Good luck,